We're here with Shawn Sullivan, and he's going to show us what's on his easel. Hi, Shawn.
Hi, Dee Dee. How are you?
I'm good. It's snowing here. Where are you?
I'm in Long Island, New York. It's cold, but not snowing.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm kind
We're
of, it's not.
expecting a snowstorm. So
Oh,
you're going to
wow.
show us what's on your easel.
Okay, so Marisol is a painting that I made as a tribute to the artist Marisol Escobar, who is
Mm-hmm.
a sculptor who also painted. She made wooden sculptures that she would paint. I mean, when you see the pictures in books, it's kind of hard to get the whole impact because they're pretty big. Most of them are at least life size or larger, and they fill up like a whole room with all these figures interacting like a family and things like that. So in this little miniature painting, 4 by 6 inches, I wanted to just make something that kind of captured her imagination, the way she would combine unusual things in her sculptures, and then she would add paint and drawing to them, and then also include a little bit of myself, in the bird imagery that I tend to use, and the fool the eye frames that have been surrounding some of my latest works.
And this is part of a series you're doing, correct?
Yeah, this is part of a series. I had two paintings, Georgia and Frida, that were up on Artsy for quite a while. And then they were sold. A collector, I guess, discovered them and decided to buy both of them. Um, and so I thought, well, I should, maybe I'll just replace those, even though that call wasn't really going on anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I'll just replace them anyway. So I made two more, and those didn't have to wait a year or so to sell. They sold pretty quickly. So then I've
Okay,
just
great.
been replacing them and trying to think of female artists that have inspired me over the years. There's actually been quite a few. Um, so that's basically it.
And then you just submitted a new one. Can you show us that
Yes,
one?
this is a painting called Kate. I believe that's how I'm not positive that's the better lighting. I'm not positive how you pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it might be Katja or it might be Kate. She's of German origin, Kate
Mm-hmm.
Kollwitz. And this is a tribute. I guess it's showing hopefully it's not showing in reverse at what you're seeing.
No,
Uh,
it's fine. Mm-hmm.
okay. So because the mannequin should be on the left in the actual.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. So this is her work basically, she had said in in what I read about her, that once she discovered drawing, she felt that that was a better expression for her in her work. She lived at a time where there were all these artists, German expressionists, that used a lot of bright colors and slashing figures, and she kind of clung to this classical technique of drawing, but found a way to make it extremely expressive. Which,
Mm-hmm.
as a young artist, I found that pretty impressive because, usually they say you have to, throw out the old to create something new, but she managed to, create work that as a young student I would copy her drawings, and I just found them really inspiring. So, and she was made a lot of pictures showing mothers holding children and things like that. So the mannequin with the egg is kind of I guess a little bit of a nod to that. And then
Mm-hmm.
um,
Tell us her name again, please.
Kate, Kathe,
Mm-hmm.
Kollwitz, Kollwitz.
We'll
She's a
look her
German
up.
artist. I believe she lived during World War I and World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her son died as a result of the war. I'm not positive. I read it.
Okay, we'll look her up. So, Shawn, today's question is, do you varnish your paintings?
I do. I do varnish my paintings, but I use Gamsol varnish. I have it right here. I can show you.
Okay.
I use Gamvar. Actually, it's called Gamvar Gloss, but they make it
Mm-hmm.
in matte also. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing about this particular varnish, as opposed to the old Damar varnish, is that if I need to remove it for some reason, and sometimes there's been instances where you varnish a painting and then it dries and you see that it's spotty, it didn't cling to all of the surface. You can easily remove this with, you know, what is it? Mineral spirits and a little cotton cheesecloth. It easily comes off and it doesn't remove the paint. Use it's Gamvar Gloss, and
Mm-hmm.
it's conservator friendly because you can easily remove it with mineral spirits. So if something goes wrong, let's say parts of the painting for whatever reason don't take the paint, you can
Mm-hmm.
remove it easily with mineral spirits.
Oh, that's
And
good to know.
it's good to know. It's the other kind that people still use, which is basically, a Damvar medium with mixed with mineral spirits and linseed oil. That if you remove it, it will take the paint with it. It bonds with the paint. This doesn't
Oh.
bond with the paint; it just covers it. And I use gloss because I paint in kind of an old mastery technique. So I have a lot of umbers and darks and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to varnish because it brings those back out. Otherwise, they look sunken in. And if
Mm-hmm.
even if I wait a while to varnish and it's sunken in, I have to go back and put my painting medium over it before I can even varnish it because like earth colors, they really sink in, especially on panels. I would say though, if somebody doesn't want to varnish and um, they don't use earth colors, they probably can get away with it because if you make your own browns by mixing opposite colors or things like that, you're not going to have necessarily the same kind of sinking in quality. And if you don't use black and things like that, you're not going to get like the Impressionists didn't use those colors, and so their paintings don't necessarily look sunken in.
I see. So it depends
It
on the
depends. And
colors.
some artists like it. Now you can use Gamvar comes in a matte finish, which will protect the surface of the paint, but not give it a glossy look. So
Mm-hmm.
some artists prefer that also, you know.
Okay, great.
So
So it's up to the artist and the colors and
yeah,
the
it's up to the
medium.
artist. And just the other thing is your painting can get, if it's not varnished, it scratches easier. The varnish will protect it. If like a surface, paper even just rubs against it, it can scratch it. Things can still stick to it, like lint and hair and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So another reason to varnish. Some artists varnish, and I don't do this, but some artists will take like a lint roller and roll over the ones that have like masking tape on them and roll over their painting before they varnish, which will get all the hair and like my dog is always in my studio and I'm pretty sure I have dog hair stuck to my
Right.
paintings, but nobody has complained yet. So
Okay,
but yeah,
great.
that's part of it. So
All right. Well, thank you for visiting with us and showing us what's
yeah.
on your easel. And
Hey, and
we'll talk again.
thanks for all your work on behalf of artists, Didi. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Shawn.
Have